Hi, Phil here with another food testing video. And look at this thing I got. Well, this is a peculiar thing. A variant of Monster energy drink, but it's Viking berry? Viking berry? What? Viking berry? But what would that flavor taste like? Sailing across cold Arctic seas and raiding enemy villages with my big old Fenrir wolf? The lore of the great dragon Fafnir? Having a very pretty shield maiden by my side, going into a berserker rage, brandishing swords and axes and shields. Though I'm not sure if the pointed horns helmets are really historically accurate. Everyone keeps debating that. Yeah, that's something everyone nerds out over. It wasn't historically accurate. That's well, yeah, but the thing is, it looks cool. It looks so cool. It's right up there with the Skyrim helmet where the horns are pointed down. That's cool. But what could I possibly do with this monster energy? Unleash the beast. Get into a berserker rage? Be a barbarian class in Dungeons and Dragons? And what? Berserker class? Be a Path of the Beast barbarian where I become a monster and I just fight and like he's in a berserker rage. I suggest we point him at the enemy. Or is this like Age of Empires 2 where I play as the Vikings and get into a big old fight and such? Or Age of Empires, Age of Mythology with the Norsemen. Look at this style right here though. Yeah, that's some old-timey visual imagery. The design here, Scandinavian, Celtic, whatever's. But given the fact that it's all a bunch of interswirling angular things, it makes me wonder if that famous S symbol, you know, the kind we all drew in elementary school, that S symbol, it makes me wonder if something like that was the origins for that symbol. Everyone would teach us how to draw it. You just draw 6 lines aligned vertically. You have to make some diagonals, make triangular, looping the 2 sides, and then you put a smaller line in the middle, so you make the S symbol. And then like, what is this, an alternate universe for Superman? Like, I don't know. Let me read out what's written here. The Vikings were valiant warriors who loved a good drink. You think maybe this is alcoholic then? They saved the very best of what they gathered. So gold and women, I should think. Pretty women. They don't take back the ugly ones. Grew, bartered, and pillaged for their celebratory feasts. Inspired by wild Nordic berries and Scandinavian fruit comes Punch Monster Viking Berry. Like nothing you've ever tasted. Viking Berry blends real fruit juices and exotic flavors for a whole new taste experience, loaded with our world-famous Monster Energy blend to power you through your next adventure. Grab your drinking horn and take a swig. Skull. Skull? Skol? L? Or is that a apostrophe? Like, well, who knows? I thought skull was the term for a bard, you know, who like a Nordic bard sort of thing, who sings his songs of valor and such, you know, lore bard or valor bard, as they might call it in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Anyway, probably not alcoholic, but I'm gonna be driving anyway, so who cares? Total anarchy. Yeah. But I was pretty tired this morning. Tired from all this work and overtime work and obligatory overtime work. Well, it certainly has a berry smell to it, so it's a berry punch, I imagine. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah, that's berry punch of some sort. Very nice. Well, I thought they took mushrooms, not beer. They drink beer after the war. They drink mushrooms before the war. That's how the berserkers go crazy. They basically get high on some sort of adrenaline whatevers and make themselves into a berserker rage where it's all like sacrificing the details of your mind in order to gain more anger and more power and more rage, and you fight and you be a berserker rage and you go. And there was that one episode of Beast Wars where Scorponok had messed up his formula and he was supposed to make a poison that causes the enemies to become cowards and such, but instead it turns Prime into a berserker rage, and he's just this crazy wild gorilla man, and he's a robot gorilla man who's gone mad, and he's bashing people and he's tearing walls apart and he's shooting at the enemies, and Megatron's like, well, Optimus Prime, looks like I'm the only one who has the cure for your condition. It will be terminal if you continue on. He's like, excuse me, I'm adjusting the camera. Prime's like, you think I'm in any position to negotiate? He's like, oh, you think you're won this time? Oh, I don't think so. He's like, chucks a bomb or something at his back. He's like, you can't reach because you're a dinosaur. You've got tiny little T-Rex arms. You can't reach that. It's on your back. You're like, oh, fuck. Yeah, actually, that pretty much is what happened in that one episode of Beast Wars. But damn, I could use the energy. Very beautiful design. Oh, yes. What's the matter? You haven't seen a strong Nord woman before? Gosh, it's been a while since I played Skyrim, but the thing you have to remember is about Skyrim, I actually am one of the guys who got it on console, not computer, which some of you are cringing at the idea of that. So yeah, I had to deal with that interface, that peculiar sort of interface where you go left to right and left to right and left to right, clicking down things like this is magic over here, this is items over here, like drink 1,000 health potions in 1 second, eat 100 heads of cabbage to regain health, eat so many blocks of cheese. All the while, the enemy bandits are looking at the main character like, what are you doing? How did that all fit inside you? He's like, I'm a berserker rage. You can't stop me. I am the Dragonborn. And everything shatters to pieces. And then he drinks 100 bottles of ale and mead. And draft is also a name for a drink, but it's spelled so strange. But yeah, and he drinks all this alcohol to regain his stamina somehow. Shouldn't that make him like drunk out of his brain if he's boozing it up? But yeah, he regains his stamina. He's like, I can run faster now. Now you can't catch me. It's like, Cajita's wares, if you have coin. He's like, give me those things. Stealing at it. He bashes the cat's brain with his hammer. He's like, we're an orc stronghold. We're too strong and powerful for you. Challenge accepted. And he slashes it with his sword because he's a barbarian. He's like, he says, have you seen those warriors from Hammerfell? They have curved swords. Curved swords, I say. Oh no, here comes the city guard. I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow to the knee. Well, I've done that hundreds of times. I just use the health potion. And sometimes you can just sleep it off for free. The Argonian. There's this one grumpy Argonian in this castle I met one time. And I walk up to him, "Sir, are you aware that you are a lizard?" And I'm just like, "Do not talk to me ever again." Skyrim. I also have a pizza here, which I'd like to eat, but yeah, this is fun. Oh, they always put such good art into these things when they really want to. I remember there's this Pacific Punch one. It had like mermaids and whatnot on the design, and Hawaiian Punch and coffee variants and all sorts of cool things like that. This is Monster Energy. And I previously reviewed one for a gold variant, which, silly me, I just straight up forgot what a pineapple tasted like. This is good. Good energy. I needed it. It was a rough week, I tell you what. I lost my weekend twice, as I recall, because they called us in for overtime. I hope they don't do that again. But yeah, it's been one rough day. One rough whole week, I should think. Anyway, I hope you're having fun out there. Have a good time.